Good morning and welcome to the VSA Capital 5-Minute Morning Miner on Tuesday, the 9th of August. And sorry if you missed me yesterday. I'm busy. There's lots of meetings going on, but are we busy fools? The market's still quite tough. There's a heat wave coming, apparently. We should all be heading back down to Cornwall, but I'm stuck in London. Paul, what about yourself?
Oh, we're all busy and there's a heat wave coming and I should probably take some holiday, but that's the way it is.
I'm not sure about holiday at VSA Capital. We always work. You chain you to your desk. Anyway, let's get on to mining. Not much in the UK today. Most of it is around the world, but give us a flavour of what you're seeing around the world, Paul.
Yeah, I sure will. Lots of different commodities, geographies are represented with various bits of interesting news. I thought I'd start off first here that Denison Mines has released a press statement yesterday that on the increased bid by UEC for the UEX Corp that they will not try to gazump that bid, and therefore their own bid for UEX has now expired. And they also released one today that indicates that the final permit they needed in order to remove uranium-bearing solution from the trial test on their in situ leaching for the Phoenix project in the Athabasca Basin in Canada has been granted. So now they can proceed to full trials on basement-hosted uranium leaching, which has never been done before in the world. We also
nothing wrong with a bit of an experiment, Paul. Let's just hope it works.
That's right. We also had news out here from Cobra Limited, which has been putting out press releases, the ASX Botswana Grassroots Explorer for Copper, press releases fairly frequently last couple of weeks now. New discovery that they've made hidden under a lot of sands of the Kalahari Desert, but they have announced that they are going to try to infill this 3-kilometer long anomaly that has resulted in copper hits along that in 1 kilometer space holes, and they'll now try to infill that just to see how continuously mineralized that interval is. So that's a nice grassroots discovery there. We'll just have to see how it forms up as far as actual assays are concerned.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that one. Is there anything in the UK you want to talk about?
We had Taseko Mines, which is dual listed. It's the copper producer in North America. It had Q2 results put out today. And one of the key points is they still haven't got the final permits issued for their Florence in situ copper leach down in Arizona. Still waiting on the U.S. EPA to grant them approval. Not sure what's holding up the EPA in this regard, because there is in situ copper leaching going on elsewhere in Arizona, but there we have it. They haven't acted yet. They had a net loss on the Q2 of $16 million or 6 cents a share. They received $4.08 a pound for their sales, but the price of copper is down since these production numbers came out. So they have hedged their copper output at prices of $3.75 a pound and higher into the summer of next year.
Okay, now that, Paul, you know also that I'm a bit of a vanadium fan. I love my vanadium flow batteries. I think Horizon Minerals have been up to a bit here, haven't they?
Yes, they sure have. Horizon Minerals, ASX listed gold developer in West Australia, has had this Richmond Vanadium project in Queensland, which is shale-hosted vanadium near surface for some years now. They are attempting to spin out Richmond Vanadium into its separate ASX listing, and they have announced today that with successful IPO funding, they will invest $5 million Australian into vanadium redox flow battery development firm Ultra Power Systems. And that would give Richmond Vanadium about a 25% stake in this vanadium redox battery development firm. Now, this business model is otherwise being followed elsewhere with names like Bushveld Minerals and Largo Resources, where we have the vertical integration of both mines for vanadium as well as vanadium redox battery development.
Yeah, the trouble is, I can tell you that 5 million Aussie dollars goes nowhere to developing a vanadium flow battery. You need more like 500 million Aussie dollars. But we'll wait and see. It's a tough gig, but obviously a potential very large end market. Okay, anything else you want to comment upon, Paul?
Yeah, after our the podcast yesterday, Barrick came out pre-Toronto Open yesterday with their Q2 results. I would say the numbers for me, not going into real detail, lots of people would have already heard them, is it's relatively steady as she goes there. I think for Barrick, although you do see the cost increases in their both their total cost and all-in sustaining costs now. All-in sustaining now above $1,200 an ounce, and they did maintain the quarterly dividend at 20 cents.
I'm glad to see people keeping their dividends. That's what investors like. Okay. Anything else, or should we call it a day?
Just to say that lots of sorrow in the Canadian mining world as that titan of mining finance, Ned Goodman, has died.
Well, that is disappointing. Ned Goodman was quite a character and quite a key part of the Canadian mining industry. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Paul.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call it a day there, and we'll be back again tomorrow.
Very good. See you then.